Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver, and welcome back to another episode of alt-tabbing to make sure that I'm actually recording the video game. And so today, this episode is, I Want to Go to Bed edition, because I would like to, and this is true, fall asleep. However, I do wish to record this first. So, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna speed run. You know, if you know the speed running music, you know the speed running music. But yeah, we're just gonna go fast. And we have been mixing it up recently, so let's continue to mix it up, because Ath is just like the default, which is a little bit unfortunate. I don't really like when a game defaults to certain things, and so I've actually been having quite a bit of fun not using the heavy-duty flashlight every time, even though it's just, like, objectively fantastic. It's been pretty fun using things like the monkey wrench and, you know, some other stuff like well, I want to use the ritual dagger one of these days, but not today. So we got the compass, we've got virtual reality, light source, we got dexterity, and we got knowledge. Okay, so we just have to remember, we have strength too. So we have to remember our second mystery, and that's about it. Everything else is a stat check or an item check for the flashlight light source. If we have, I was gonna say morbid mermaids, but no. If we have sailors, then we get the light source for free, sort of. So that's a good thing to look out for. And maybe, just maybe, we'll finally get outdoorsman this time and acquire the best character from probably a gameplay perspective, the most consistent character in the game. Like, Mizuki and Aiko still have, like, upper thresholds when it comes to being, like, ridiculously overpowered. Both of them can probably get stronger than Moriko, but not on average. On average, I think Moriko is just the strongest character in the game. But we do have Fear Festival, so that's easy strength and dex check. Was it a strength and a dex check, or was it charisma? I can't remember. Let us just double check. It was dexterity and strength, so we need to put 1 point into dexterity, and then we'll be there as far as that's concerned. Now, as far as let's see, right? So we need to put 1 point into dexterity, and we're good because of Fear Festival. Although we should pick up some allies as well, and I mean, you know, getting ending C is just generally the best one. Because, I mean, we could get ending A if we wanted to, but that is 5% doom still, so it's just better to get the item. And so what we'll probably do is go in botany, get a compass, and then we will see how the game plays from there. That's chance of losing stamina each time you lose reason. Not actually the end of the world. Now here's the thing. It does make enemies that do all damage potentially more dangerous, because they can do, like, the reason portion of the damage and the stamina portion of the damage, and then the reason portion of the damage can proc more stamina damage. But it will only ever be one, I think, because it's like, you lose, like, every time you get hit by, like, a reason attack, you have a chance of losing 1 stamina, I think. Don't quote me on that. You'd think I'd know after playing the game for so long, but I don't, so just don't question it. I'm sure people who pay more attention than I will probably figure it out, maybe even in this video, who knows. It's, as they say, kinda sus. And speaking of sus, I listened to a horror podcast called Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. Very good, very fun. However, they recently had a new episode. I think it was like episode 93 or something for their new season or whatever. I can't, like, maybe it was 97. It was 97 or 93. If I had my phone on me, I'd be able to correct myself. But I listened to it today, and oh, it was great. But it's like an hour long, and both of the stories were sci-fi themed. Both of the stories were space themed, and both of those stories were literally, and this is true, I'm not making this up, okay? This is 100% factually true. Both of the stories that I listened to today were Among Us creepypastas, and one of them was an absolute banger, and I actually really liked it. And then the other one was kind of cheeky, and I couldn't take it seriously. But the first one was really good. It was like, you got 7 people on a space station, but one of them dies, and you see somebody running around in their suit. Really, really well. Like, I didn't even know it was Among Us at first until they go through introducing all the crew members, and then they say, like, this person's wearing the pink suit because, like, this person's wearing the pink suit and I'm wearing the bright orange suit because we all have to have different suit colors based on, like, what we do or whatever. And then the second one, it was really creative, but there was a lot of, like, that's kind of suspicious, or, there's an imposter among us. There was a lot of that in it, and I couldn't, like, it didn't necessarily break the immersion, so to speak. It's just that the immersion wasn't there to begin with, because you immediately figure out that it's an Among Us thing, and then after that point, we shouldn't die here, by the way, we should be perfectly fine. But, you see it's like an Among Us sort of thing from the very beginning, and so you just immediately realize, oh, yeah, it's Among Us, and so you can't really take it seriously. But I mean, I got to admit that I like both of them. The second one was actually really creative, right? Because it was like, it wasn't just the imposter was sus. It had its own lore, and it had its own story and its own twist, and I thought that was pretty good, right? Like, I thought that was decent. So what are we gonna do here? I wanted to take. I'm not gonna reroll 28% Doom First Mystery. Heck no. I would never even think of re-rolling, but, like, I don't really think that... I mean, we do have to go to School Scissors, so I think Art Knowledge is probably the play, but it's like, bro... we will take Stamina, I think. It's a bit sketchy, but I'm just thinking, like, do we... Like, it doesn't really matter, because we either forget Mind Drain and take a cold bath, or we, take a hot bath and then drink the water bottle. Like, I don't really think that... I do not really think that it will have any sort of impact on the game whatsoever. And Mind Drain is just kind of bad, so, get it out of here. We'd rather just be at 7-7. So, we could go into School Scissors now if we wanted to. I think that's fair. Then we could follow it up probably with a good old-fashioned Fear Festival. That sounds nice to me, so that's what we'll do, I think. Yeah, because we have the empty bottle. We still have our bandage. We're gonna have a weapon to throw. I think it can work. It's a little sketchy, but I think it'll be perfectly fine. But other than that, I'm thinking about, like, what anecdotes that I could give. I was subjected. Did I already give this anecdote? I was subjected to watching the movie Happy Feet 2. I can't remember if I talked about that or not. So we're gonna talk about it again, because if I had to watch it, then you have to hear about it, because that's how this works. Apparently, I mean, I don't know. I don't make the rules, but anyways, so it was. What we'll do, I think. Do we want to go down to 5-5? No, I don't want to go down to 5-5. That does not sound good. But, so basically, I was subjected to Happy Feet 2, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember anything about Happy Feet 1, except the main penguin was kind of like, people didn't really like the fact that he liked dancing, but he danced anyways, and then he won the day. But for Happy Feet 2, you've got, like, this penguin, like, the thing that's weird about it, right, is that it doesn't, like, it sets up a lot of things and then doesn't really go anywhere with them. And I know, haha, funny children's movie, right? But, like, I'm serious, like, it's really weird, because they do, this is gonna be a little bit sketchy, by the way, I don't like this at all. So we'll throw the wooden bat, I think. And then we'll take them down to 9. That's, I mean, yeah, we can probably do that. Well, I mean, especially we can, because we're gonna, you know, desperation this turn. But that's besides the point, you know. But it's like it sets up a lot of things, and it doesn't really go anywhere with them, and it doesn't really like. It's just a feel-good movie, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, they just do a lot of stuff that just is completely pointless, and then they do some stuff that's like super important, right? Like one of the characters is a puffin who's pretending to be a penguin, and he used to be a pet on like an Arctic research like barge, right? But he found out that the people on the Arctic barge ate birds. Like he saw some chickens, like some what is it? A rotary chicken or something like that. He found a chicken being roasted basically. And so he thought that the humans were gonna kill him, and so he jumped ship and ran away. Are we gonna die? Maybe? Question mark? Allegedly? Clap and bow? Clap and bow? Okay. Clap and bow. I'm a little bit frightened. It's the roll of the dice. I used to roll the dice. But clap and a bow, and then we'll just do 3 claps to see what happens. I'm gonna try to remember this, so excuse the happy feet anecdote going away. So, clap, bow. Bow. Clap. Clap. Okay, so it is a clap, bow, bow, clap, clap. So it's clap, 2 bows, 2 claps. I will attempt to remember that, but absolutely no promises. So thankfully, we have obtained the ability, or retained, I should say, the ability to have running tap water, which is a very nice ability, by the way. It's very good. These are garbage. Every single one of these is trash, except for anatomy class, so we're gonna take it. And why is our dexterity terrible? What? I thought we leveled up our dex. Oh no, we took stamina, which was the smart thing. Since we're going to Fear Festival, do we take the stamina here, or do we take the stat? I think we take the stat. I think we'll do dex. But yeah, because we're going to Fear Festival immediately after this, so we've already glugged, so it's all good. So anyways, like, there's this puffin guy, right, who thinks that the humans are gonna kill him. And so one of the penguins finds the humans, and I actually thought that was a really cool part of the movie, because they do like a blend of like live action and animation, and the human parts are like, they look really well done, at least for, you know, they look really well done. They look better than I thought they would. They look a lot more convincing as well. And they have this really cool, like, sort of close-up, wacky perspective shot of the humans doing things, which was really, like, it was really visually interesting. But, so the puffin guy is like, so they're trying to save some penguins. And so one of the penguins leads the humans to the penguins that need help. And the humans try to help the penguins, but the thing is, the puffin guy, Sven, he doesn't want the humans to help, and he doesn't help the other penguin get the humans' attention because he thinks that the humans are gonna kill them all. But that doesn't really go anywhere, right? Because he's like, no, I'm not gonna help you, right? Like, not the humans. I'm not going near the humans. And then he flies off, and he's like having like a, you know, he's like panting and hiding around the corner, peering at the Arctic barge. And he's like, oh no, the humans. And then so the humans show up. They show up for like 5 minutes, and then there's a storm, and then the humans leave, and then they're never seen again. Even when the storm stops, by the way, they just leave, right? So they find penguins that are gonna die, and then, oh, Arctic storm, let's just leave. And then you never see them again. It's really kind of hilarious, honestly, because it's just like, they show up, they start saving the penguins, there's a storm, they leave, they never come back. Now, obviously, that's because, you know, they need to, like, the penguins need to help themselves and all that, and it needs to be like the journey of it or whatever, right? But I just found it so bizarre. Because it literally just is like, they are about to save all the penguins, and then they just leave, right? Like, they just say goodbye. They just, goodbye. And so yeah, it's just really weird, right? We can do this, right? We can do, yeah, let's go. 98% chance times 2, boys. But no, it's really weird. Why they just, like, but here's the thing though, right? Like, it still doesn't go anywhere with all of that, if that makes sense, right? Like, they set up this huge, like, they dedicate, I would say, probably like 15 to 20 minutes of the movie establishing that this Puffin guy is scared of the humans, and it literally has no impact on the story at all. Like, it's just there, and, like, that's okay. It's just weird, right? Like, it's perfectly fine. Like, not everything in a... Screw it, why not? We have somebody to sacrifice and we get paranoid. But no, seriously, it literally is just like... It's just there, and it doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't have any consequence either, right? Like, I guess it exists so that the penguin that calls the humans over can have his moment and he can be shown in the movie, but he's just there, you know? And that's fine, right? Like, it's perfectly fine. There's literally 0%. There's literally nothing wrong with it. It's just weird. Because when something happens in a movie, you know, I'm used to, like, it rewarding you, if that, does that make sense? Right? Like, when I watch something, I expect that if I pay attention to it, I'll get some sort of, like, gratification of, like, hey, you know, this is a thing that was happening, and if you looked at it, like, if you were paying attention earlier, you kind of get that payoff at the end, right? Like, it all kind of comes together at the end, and there's some cool moment, right? Like, that's not crazy. And it's one of the reasons why I love the Midsummer Murders. Or I did watch an episode of Lewis. It was about this weird cult that drew somebody to Kermit in the sewers, and that was really interesting. And also, Lewis is, like, infinitely more violent than Midsummer Murders. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, Midsummer Murders, you have this guy who he gets brutally murdered, right? So wait, we have to do this. So we can only do 8 damage a turn, is that right? We can only do 8. So that means that we have to brace 3 times, we go up to 6% doom, and then we kill. Okay. Alright. Okie doke. But, like, I did watch a Midsummer Murders, and let me tell you that, or I did watch a Lewis, and let me tell you, right, like, Midsummer Murders, somebody gets killed by having, like a printing press or whatever pressed on them, and there's no blood, there's no gore, it's just, like, you know, there's just, like, typewriter typing all over him, or somebody gets, like, right, like, in Midsummer Murders, a lot of the time, somebody is either killed through, like, blunt force, or some sort of chemical that, like, kills them, right? So they don't actually show you how the person... Did we have to go to the forest at all? I don't know. I think we have to go to the forest, like, one more time, question mark? No, I don't think we do. I mean, we'll take it just in case. Like, I don't really care about quick thinking. I don't really care about fast learn. I don't think we have to go to the mansion. Oh, wait, we do. We have violent vigil. Never mind. Let me get this, then. Because outdoorsman would be good if we had... We don't have freaky feature. It's like violent vigil and what? I don't remember. But we would take outdoorsman if I remembered some sort of, like, you know, some sort of forest mystery. But we'll take quick thinking for preservation. Also, no first aid, pain, suffering. I'm not rerolling at 60%. I'm not gonna reroll at like 40% or 30%. That's too crazy. But yeah, we'll just do a little bit of knowledge. Just a little bit of knowledge is a treat, right? Like Winds of Plague may move you. But no, seriously, like in Lewis, somebody gets hit. Like, I'll give you an example, right? Somebody gets hit over the head in Midsummer Murders, and then they show up dead, like after the commercial break. There's like no blood, and then forensics will be like, oh yeah, you know, they died of like some poison injected into them, or they touched like a you know, they got bit by something or poisoned, or this was just a fake thing to throw us off the trail. This is how they actually died, sort of thing. And poison is used a lot in Midsummer Murders, right? And there's like if there is blood, there's like barely any, right? And so in Lewis, somebody gets clubbed over the head, and then you see them after the commercial break. They're just covered in blood. The room's covered in blood. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. What the hell? It truly is. It's truly, like, I mean, I don't mind it, but somebody said that I would like Lewis, and I did. I did like Lewis. I'm gonna watch more of it, either tomorrow or the next day. But it's just the difference, right? Like, just the shock of it. Like, you're used to just, haha, funny British murder, and then it goes to Lewis, and it's like, oh yeah, this person is mutilated. It's like, oh my god. It do be a different breed of TV show, though. Like, it's basically the exact same thing, but, you know. Do we do oh, well, I guess we're doing mermaids, then. I didn't want to, but we click. We misclick. We out here. I'm not gonna do the side quest, that's silly. So, do we have roads closed? If the answer is yes, it doesn't matter that we misclicked. Since the answer is no, it does actually matter. And pain. Pain and suffering. But yeah, Happy Feet 2, this is the official review, okay? The official review for Happy Feet 2 is it's okay. There's nothing really wrong with it. You know, I didn't really think like, oh, you know, the movie is awful. You know, it's just more like, you know, it's a movie that exists. And I ain't got nothing against that. It's a movie that exists. And this is true. It's okay. Would I watch it again? Probably not. But to be honest with you, I didn't really watch it the first time. Like, I was basically just working on something on my laptop while the movie was playing. And, you know, some of the songs were alright. And I was interested in the sea lion scenes. Those were cool. And there was actually a part at the very beginning of the movie that I thought was really clever. And I will give credit where it's due to, you know, haha funny, where I will give credit where it's due to haha funny penguin movie. And what that is there was a scene. So for some reason, there is a side plot in the movie about krill. It's about 2 krill. And one of them, and I remember the name because it's important for the joke, one of the krill's names is Will. And so you can see where this is going. All the krill have like an ILL in their name. So like Bill, Will, Kill, something like that, you know? But anyway, so Will, the krill, he wants to see what life is like outside of the swarm. And his friend, who I actually think's name is Bill, funnily enough, his friend is like, dude, you can't. There's nothing but the swarm, dude. Our entire life is the swarm. There's nothing outside the swarm. This is the universe. Nothing else exists. And so Will was like, I don't... and I like, the joke's actually pretty clever. Will is like, I don't want the swarm, I want to be free. And then the other krill responds, there is no such thing as free, Will. Oh, I like that a lot. That was really good. I don't, like, it was, I like that one a lot. And they did a couple of clever things with the krill, actually. I thought the krill were fun. And so, hilariously enough, the side plot that it does technically matter, kind of. Not really. I wouldn't say it does. But let's... it matters for a very weird reason. But basically, you know, the krill side plot, they used it to do a lot of creative things that I don't think they would get away with under normal circumstances, if that makes sense. Right? Like how do I put it? You have this situation where, hey, we became paranoid, nice. So, goodbye, Masafumi. It was nice seeing you. Achievement unlocked, apparently. I wasn't even thinking about that. But, yeah, so it's like... We have, right, like, it's actually really interesting. Because the Krill side plot, they did a lot of cool things with it. Like, at the very opening, they're, like, in their Krill galaxy, right? And so, oh no. So we're gonna have to deal... Okay, so this sucks. All my homies hate this. Yeah, all my homies hate it. Sure, let's move towards the pyramid. Let's find out what happens here. It's an injury strength check. Cool. Badly bleeding, huh? Ha ha ha, very funny. Good joke, high quality joke. We also could have sacrificed Masafumi here, but I'm not gonna do that. Do we want to fight? Probably not. No problem. Oh, but can we handle burned for the entirety of Vigil? Maybe we should have noticed his face and taken the doom. Let's just, yeah, we'll handle the burn. It'll be fine. We have so much damage that we'll be able to handle the enemies, no problem. Allegedly, for sure. Don't quote me on that one. So anyways, can we level up again? Yeah, actually we can. So we take strength, and then we take folklore studies, question mark? Because we want to be able to pass the strength check. That's going to be very important. I'm not really worried about stamina because we have lump of flesh. So do we put on the compass? That's what I'm wondering. Do we put on the compass? I'm pretty sure if we put on the compass, it guarantees that we level up. So we're gonna do that. It's very awkward, but I think. Oh, but it makes our brace so bad, and we're burned. Oh, jeez. This is getting a little absurd, I'll be honest with you. Oh boy, I think we'll try it out, okay? We'll try it out without the spiral hoodie, see how bad our combat is. That's terrible. Actually, that's fine, allegedly, as long as we don't get that again. It should be fine-ish. But, yeah, so they do a lot of clever stuff with the krill, right? So Jesus Christ. So you have, like, at the very start of the movie, they're in the krill swarm, and it looks really, like, it looks really trippy, right? Like, because it's just, like, this bright swarm of orange as far as the eye can see it. It looks like something out of Spore, like, when you're in the cell stage, to be honest. And so, then, out of nowhere, this, like, gaping abyss just starts coming towards them, and it's this whale just, like, going through the krill swarm, and it's like, Jesus Christ, this is a little brutal for a kid's show, what the heck? And so they narrowly escape with their lives, and they get knocked to the end. Oh my god, we have 2 books. If only we could discard this, it'd be perfect. But, yeah, no, so... It would be funny, because we actually could... If we get another book, we could unlock Yashiro before we unlock Moriko, which is absolutely insane. But, you know, no Stalker Girl to give us an occult book this time around. But, yeah, no, it truly is just, like... This, like, gaping abyss comes towards them. They narrowly escape with their lives. That's very lucky, by the way. And then they see it for what it is. They see their entire universe for what it is, just like a tiny swarm of krill being devoured by a whale. And so they decide to say, like, all right, bro, I'm about to head out. And they do these, I don't want, bro, I'm not gonna take 4 to all. Like, it's clap, bow, bow, clap, 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 right? Or, sorry, it's clap, bow, bow, clap, clap. But 4 to all? Here's the thing, even if we weren't burned, 3 to all? To kill Rumu Ghost? Hello? No, absolutely not. Get me out of here. We'll take 75% Doom over everything else. I don't care if... I mean, we're gonna level up, so that's nice. But, like, what? Bro, come on, man. That's crazy. So we got back to 8 strength, which is cool. But, oh, now you show up. Yeah. So, we won. Pretty easily. Pretty handedly, honestly. we handled that pretty well. I mean, Mimi's a good character, but I mean, Jesus Christ, look at this. Look at this. Admittedly, we could have cured the frostbite with a bandage, but I'm not gonna play the whole game with badly bleeding. I'm glad we saved it. I'm glad we played around it. But to kind of finish the Happy Feet 2 anecdote so that I can get it on the books and never talk about it again. Another thing that they did is, and you know, obviously I don't know if krill can survive out of water, but there's a scene where one of the krill, he is on a fish and he gets carried out of the water by by the puffin, and so he gets dropped onto one of the humans who are trying to save the penguins, right? And so you get to see this, and honestly, it made this one sequence was like honestly like just worth watching the movie for because it was really cool. But basically what it was is you had the humans had like chainsaws and ice picks and whatever, and they were, what was it again? Was it it was school scissors, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter. We would have won even if we got it wrong, but I had to do a double take there. But so basically, like it's like an excavation thing, right? Like the humans have to excavate this thing, or all the penguins are gonna die. And so instead of just having a basic sequence of like the humans going through and like trying to do it, they have this really awesome perspective shot where the krill is like riding around on all of the humans' equipment, and he's getting tossed between the humans, and you get to see these really cool and very creative perspectives on people using like power tools, right? So you get to see like the pickaxe dig into the ice, or you get to see like one of the humans has a chainsaw to cut the ice down, and so the krill is on like one of the chainsaw blades, and so he pulls on it, and then the krill will like spin around on the chainsaw blade real quick, and he'll spin around on the chainsaw blade real quick. It's like, it is honestly it's an incredibly creative scene, and it's very enjoyable to watch. And that was a point where I just kind of like put my laptop to the side, and I'm like, this is really interesting, like visually, and just like it's good to watch, like from a lot of different aspects. And so hilariously enough, I usually don't like these weird side plots of like characters that don't really have anything to do with the main story. They're just kind of there to look cute, I guess. But I honestly really did like the krill stuff because it was visually interesting, and they did a lot of creative. They got really creative with it. While the rest of the movie was haha penguins dance. And so, you know, obviously the end of the movie ends with dancing, and the krill are dancing as well, and it's like, you know, but the krill stuff was the most interesting. And that sequence where the humans are going down into the crevice to try to excavate it to save the penguins, that was probably like that made the movie worth watching, because when I got to that point, I'm like, this is a very creative and visually interesting shot that made me like, I was just kind of like no thoughts, head emptying watching the movie. And then near the end, it's like, oh, this is actually really creative and really interesting, so now I'm going to pay attention to the rest of the movie. Which, admittedly, those shots didn't really happen again. And they were only really with the krill stuff, because most of the penguin stuff was a little bit, like, all over the place and weird. But, I mean, it's haha funny penguin movie, so, don't take it too seriously, I suppose. So, the official rating and review of Happy Feet 2, my first official movie review for the World of Horror podcast, I would give Happy Feet 2 probably a free will out of 10. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe out there. I will see you on the next episode of World of Horror. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye.